Huh?
It's a
Hey, Sketch. You know what's a great punchline?
what?
Mahito's face in this episode. So in Metamorphosis, we see Yuji put the beat down on Mahito with Todo's help.
Oh man, he comes out with this absolutely massive attack. I don't know if Lightlands or flesh walls from Dead Space or whatever. But we still see Mahito pull out all these crazy things. He pulls out these new transfigured humans to go fight Todo. He separates his own head and starts running around with it.
Mahito is very creative this episode. And then Todo, equally as creative, is switching Yuji, taking hits. What was another thing that was really cool for Mahito's end is he stole an idea from Gojo, the 0.2 second domain expansion, where he took full advantage of the time that Sukuna couldn't hurt him, but he could take out Todo's arm. Right? Did you like those creative moments?
Yeah, also, it was the first time we get to see Todo use simple domain. Has he ever used it before?
No, but other characters can definitely use a variety of things. But Mahito did explain why he doesn't use barriers, and we were talking about this before, that curses are able to use these techniques. He just said a barrier is too complex. So it seems like there's certain characters that just train in this one aspect, and that's why they never fight.
Mahito is sort of training. He's just trying to discover what are the limits of his powers. He's not really trying to find out each and every techniques, with the exception of Black Flash. Because we do see him use Black Flash twice.
Black Flash seems more like a crit in Pokemon than an actual technique, where as long as you're using a punching move or just pure curse energy, there's just a chance that you're going to get a Black Flash, and it doesn't choose who gets it. It's said that the first time it's used, but it just, when it happens, you get an explosive power-up.
Normally, it's sort of a random thing or just something that a curse user gets to, with the exception of Yuji, where he preps his Black Flash. He's able to do it on command.
Speaking of doing Black Flash on command, if you guys want the ability to do Black Flash on command, you better hit that subscribe button. I heard it gives you the curse energy technique Black Flash. Not a technique. But before we keep moving on, let's hear about what your favorite scene was in this episode.
Alright, so we get this absolutely bizarre moment from Todo that I absolutely love. So Todo and Mahito go 1-for-1, and we see the strap on his pendant get torn apart, and then Todo's on the end of his rope. He doesn't have a hand anymore. He's sort of beat down. He just took a gut punch from Mahito and he's still sprinting towards him. Then finally the pendant falls down, it hits the ground, and we finally see what's inside the pendant. And it's his idol and Yuji.
Takata-chan and Yuji-chan.
And we get this bizarre idol freaking
Sailor Moon transformation fight scene.
Where Todo just absolutely smacks down Mahito alongside his idol. It is so bizarre and I love it.
I don't know if it's metaphorical or realistic, but right after, when we cut back to the real scene, he does the high five with Mahito. It's the dopest thing ever. This man's IQ, super high, for sure, right? Because Mahito's lost his arm, can't clap his hands. I'm about to finish him. I'm about to finish, right? This gorilla, as he said, but he ain't no gorilla. He gorilla grog. IQ over 1,000.
To be fair, Todo did 100% just analyze Mahito's fighting style immediately after they got out of the subway. He was able to deduce immediately that the two halves and separate power levels between them.
Yes, but he also was not sure about the Idol Transfiguration's powers.
Oh.
I was very surprised about that, but this was Mahito unveiling a new move. I don't blame him for not knowing. But as soon as he took one punch, he immediately knew what it could do.
Everyone likes to game on Todo on how much of an absolute madman he is, but he's actually very, very smart, especially in the middle of combat.
Right? So this goes back to my favorite scene, which is the last scene in the episode, and we finally get to see Mahito express the one emotion he has not expressed this whole time.
Oh boy, and it is satisfying.
It is the emotion of fear, because he has constantly caused fear in other people over and over again, and sadness and heartbreak, but now we get to see Mahito crawling away, him being the rabbit, and Yuji being the wolf. And the great thing about this scene is right when you see Yuji walk in and with the wolves, you see his eyes glow up like wolves do at night. And it's very satisfying, and it shows that the episode Metamorphosis isn't about Mahito's metamorphosis, but about Yuji's metamorphosis.
He's sort of gone beyond, oh, I want to help people, I want to give people proper deaths. Nah, I'm just gonna kill curse spirits now.
And he said, I'm gonna kill you, your family, your friends, anyone that says your name is done.
I'm gonna kill you in the next life. That's how much hatred this Yuji has towards this man.
And I'm gonna do it over and over, and every time you're born, I'll be there. You change your name and come back, I'll be there.
Oh man, and Mahito's just grasping for anything. In his vision, he's throwing one small snowball with a pebble in it, or whatever, but
his desperate attempts to
run away, and he's grasping at anything to try and save himself at this point, even to the point of calling towards Geto.
Right, so this leads us to our first question.
Did Mahito actually see Geto? Is Geto there?
Right, so I'm gonna go with, I think Geto is actually there, but I'm gonna go with the plot twist that Geto isn't there to save Mahito. I think Geto is there to absorb Mahito, because he does have the ability to absorb curses.
Oh, and just have little curse Mahito to control?
I would say so.
I'm just gonna go with that. Mahito's just so consumed by fear that he's grasping towards anything to try and save himself at this point. Because he's out. No power left, no more tricks, no more transfiguration. He's done. He has a wolf standing right towards his neck.
What's sad about Mahito's death?
What?
So with Hanami, with Jogo, and the other cursed spirits, despite looking the most cursed, they at least had human flashbacks. They saw their friends. They saw them in the afterlife and where they're gonna join them. Mahito saw none of that. Mahito was just feeling fear. He knows he had no real friends. He had no real connection to this world, and that he just wanted to cause chaos.
It was his stated purpose that the only reason he was put on this earth was just to kill, to cause mayhem, to cause suffering.
Right, or at least Jogo's reasoning was, I wanna make curses the superior race. I don't wanna be the exorcised. And his rage was in that vein. It wasn't because he was necessarily evil, he's just a curse. That's his side. But Mahito, definitely evil.
Oh, 100% evil. Despite looking, again, outwardly the most human out of any of the curses.
He was despicable. I mean, he plays soccer with Jogo's head. Alright, so this is the big question of the episode. Is Todo done?
He can't clap anymore, so he doesn't have the ability to use Boogie Woogie anymore. That being said, I think he's still going to fight. I'm not sure if he'll get a new hand, but maybe he'll find a new way of using Boogie Woogie. He was able to use it with Mahito by clapping him, so maybe that's...
But that hand's burnt. It's done.
Maybe he can heal it. Anyway, he still has his physical strength.
What was gonna use the punch? Cut off hands?
No, he's just gonna kick. He's gonna be Chun-Li now.
Chun-Li? He's gonna be Chun-Li? I see Todo as the only way he can come back is if he gets a unique domain expansion that fits his criteria of fighting.
New domain expansion? I could see that. You could probably pull it off.
But he hasn't done it so far, so it really makes me think that he doesn't have one.
How many curse users have a domain expansion?
All the special grades? To be a special grade, you need a domain expansion or a simple domain expansion? Oh, I mean, he has a simple domain expansion, of course. But every special grade curse user we've seen has a domain expansion.
Sure. Megami has one? Does...
Megami has an incomplete one. Gojo has one. Nanami didn't have one, and he was only a grade 1.
I thought he was a special grade, that's why I was thinking about it.
Right. Well, thanks for listening to us. I hope you guys had a blast watching Metamorphosis like we did.
It was an amazing episode.
Have a good day.
Laters.